against what we typically recommend. We're going to fly out the day of embarkation. We're getting an early start and there shouldn't be any weather issues. So either we'll get great footage of a crazy day, or we'll be able to give you some stuff to get our cruise started. Shuttle to the airport. Alrighty, so we made it through the security. We're at the Nashville airport. We're gonna pick up some beverages for the flight now that we're through security, and then everything's looking to be on time, so hopefully this will go off without a hitch. So we'll see how that goes. All right, boarding the plane. Well, we have made it to Houston. We got here really early. We had booked a very early flight because typically we don't recommend flying in the day that you're supposed to board the ship. So we took a very early flight so that we have contingency time if something was to happen. So far nothing's happened. Everything's gone smoothly, and hopefully everything continues to go smooth. We got about a 2-hour wait before the shuttle will take us to the cruise port, and then after that we have an 11 o'clock appointment for boarding. So hopefully, as long as nothing else goes wrong, by noon we should be on the boat. Fingers crossed. Well, we made it through all the security process and all the other stuff, and we're getting ready to board. There's been a lot of delays this morning, but we're getting close. After 540 days, we are there. Yippee! We are officially on board. After 540 days of no cruising, we are officially on board. And we'll see if we can't get our way to the room. I want to take a minute and talk about the embarkation process. It's all brand new. At least it's for the current time during a lot of the post-COVID stuff. Got the videos we actually flew in day of, got it really early. We got through the airport security just fine, got to Houston just fine. The shuttle going from Houston Hobby to the cruise port, it left really late. I don't know, it didn't actually give us a time when it was going to leave, so I can't really say it left late, but we sat in the airport for 4 hours before it left. Our check-in time for Carnival was at 11. We didn't leave the airport till 11. It was 45 minutes to get to the port area, and we were 20 minutes in traffic to get the last 100 yards. Once we got to the port, getting through the process there was actually not too bad. We had all our paperwork ready. We literally went in, showed them we had a pre-screening thing where you showed them your vaccination card and your embarkation documents and stuff like that. Then you went to actually get checked into the ship or go through security. After you did that, you went through security, and then you got to go and check in the ship. And once you got checked in the ship, you just walked right on board. So the only real hang-up we had was the trip from the airport to the cruise port, and it was just that last literally 100-200 yards. It took us 20 minutes to get through all the traffic control. There is just, at least for our trip, was not good. Like I said, our check-in time was supposed to be at 11, and we were on, what would you say, by about 12:30, almost 1. It was 1 o'clock, and we finally got on board because we only had like 30 minutes before the rooms all opened up. So I guess that wasn't bad. But we got on the boat, really no hitches. Once you're on board, it's very close to what it was before all the COVID stuff started. So very few restrictions, very few people masked. This is a 95% vaccinated cruise. So there's very few people masked. The crew, of course, is masked when they're associating with a lot of people. Up on stage, they're not. And a lot of stuff outside, they're not, which I kind of like that. I mean, the whole crew's vaccinated, and everybody on board pretty much is vaccinated. So, I appreciate the extra efforts they're putting in, try to make people feel more comfortable. I don't necessarily think it's necessary, but I can't fault anybody for doing everything they can to make sure that they keep cruising running. So there's that. But the embarkation process as a whole, I would say, was almost the same as normal, other than you just had to show you had like one extra step to show your vaccination card. Now, you did have to have your masks on the entire time you were at the port, but as soon as you stepped off the boat, you take the mask off, and it's not required. Now, ports of call, it's supposed to be required, but this is all about the embarkation process. So while you're at the port, you do have to wear a mask the entire time. I don't think they were real strict about it, because there were a lot of people had it down around their nose and getting air. So they weren't being really funny about it. But it's, you do have to wear the mask until you're on the boat. Once you're on the boat, everybody's vaccinated. So they're saying the protocol, according to CDC and all their regulations, do not need to be wearing the masks. We're on the 4th cruise on the Vista after the COVID stopped. So they've had 3 successful trips prior to us boarding. So far the process has worked rather well. But so this should wrap up at least my embarkation video, and hopefully that gives you some information. I wish I'd have gotten this out day of embarkation, but I ran out of time editing, and they sailed out of my signal before I could get it downloaded. So I will try to get this downloaded while we're in Cozumel, because I actually have service there. So anyhow, that's my information for you. Hope it was helpful. And if you like the information, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button. Thanks, and bye.